why did you choose Shreveport to build the headquarters?
So, you know, God actually gave me that vision, man. I look to God and I don't never hear no heavenly voice from the sky, but I can ask God something and then I see it on a billboard or somebody might come through and it be specific to what I just said, and then they actually answer that for me, and that's kind of what it was. But even more so, Louisiana has nothing. Okay, you can go to New York, you can walk in Def Jam, you can walk in Universal, you can walk in Atlantic, you can walk in Epic, and all these other major labels. You come to the South, you can't walk in nothing. We don't have nothing down here. And every time any other rapper who'd have made it out of Louisiana, they got way more money than me, way more power, way more fame. Nobody has yet to build a major label building down here for these artists to go to, get signed, get taught the business. Nothing, man. People just leave here, but these your roots, right? This where you started. Most of every artist from Louisiana came to Louisiana or was born in Louisiana. They made their money out of Louisiana before they expanded.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, they'll take the riches and the wealth of the people and then they'll leave.
Yeah.
And then they go do something somewhere else where I say, you know what, I got to build a structure here. Even though I wasn't the most favorite, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't the most favorite.
Yeah.
I wasn't the one everybody supported.
Yeah.
So oftentimes I do ask God, like, man, why me? Why you put this dream on my mind? Why you put this dream in my heart? As much trials and tribulations that I had to go through, as many people who didn't support, as many people who just watch and look, as many people who support the other people who not even trying to help. Why this on my heart? I feel like a fool, but nah, it's bigger than that. And I gotta follow the lead.
Yeah, it's bigger than you, man. It's because you're going to implement it, though. I hate to interject, but from talking to you, from learning about you, it's because you're going to implement it. And you're not only going to implement it, you're going to implement a strategy.
Yeah. Every time.
You like chess.
And it's going to be mathematical.
You like chess, or do you also you're a chess guy as well?
I'm a chess guy. I'm definitely a chess guy. Yeah. Yeah.
War.
Yeah.
You like Sun Tzu? The Art of War?
Sun Tzu. Yeah, Art of War. Definitely. Yeah.
You read the 40 Powers?
8 Laws of Power. I read them all.
Yeah.
Sun Tzu.
Yeah.
He came from Machiavelli came from Sun Tzu. The 48 Laws of Power came from Machiavelli. Yeah. So I mean, it everything under the sun has already been done. And if you read Sun Tzu, he has a lot of great philosophy. So does Machiavelli. The 48 Laws of Power, I believe, broke it down a little bit more simpler and not spoke in a lot of proverbs.
Yeah.
So it broke it down in a simpler English language so a lot of more people can understand it. But I mean, it's all one and the same, but all different at the same time. But I read all of them, and I love those books. I actually got them as part of my collection, all of them. And it speaks about a lot of stuff that I already knew. You know what I mean?
That's the great part, because it's inside of all of us. We already know the answer, but we're seeking for the okay. I heard in one of your interviews you've only read one business book for music. Is that still the case?
Right. Yeah.
And what book is that? What book is that? And why did you just stop at that one? That was my question when I heard that.
It was 101 ways to make money in the music business. How to make money in the music business. I forget the name of the author. It was a long time, over 20 years. But all he talked about was touring in that book. And he talked about a lot of other different things, but touring is the part that I specifically paid attention to. So after I read it, that's what I mastered. I've mastered touring. Touring and a lot of other aspects of touring, merchandise, brand deals, sponsorship. I've mastered that.
Mm-hmm.
Now I haven't mastered the digital side, but I'm creating a department for that because I just don't have time to do that right now with everything that I'm doing. You know what I mean? I'm on the road, I'm on a journey, I'm going state to state, I'm conquering new lands, and I'm planting the GOG flag in all of these different cities. And I ain't stopping till 200 buildings is up. So in the meantime, I'm gonna find somebody who's gonna take care of that small department and run that for me.
Word, man. Word, man.
Yeah.
You read that book 20 years ago. You realize touring. What I'm hearing with that is business networking. What you learned was you need to go in front of a lot of people at one time and keep giving them your message, and then they're going to reciprocate by following you and connecting with you.
Right.
So you would say, would you tell the youth, you need to get out there. You need to make yourself visible, and you need to speak to as many people as possible.
Mm-hmm. It's all a numbers game.
Mathematics.
Every business I've been into that I've made over six figures annually off of each business, it's been a numbers game. So you got to figure out mathematically what it's going to take to get you to that financial goal that you're trying to reach. And it's extremely simple. You know, it's never hard.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
And I see you working with Gunplay from MMG.
Gunplay. Yeah, Gunplay MMG.
Why Gunplay?
My dog say we gonna be rich one day. Lay it down. Gunplay. Yeah, that's my dog, man. You know what I like about Gunplay? Artists have to have certain characteristics to be a great artist, right? Mm-hmm. So Gunplay has the character, definitely. Mm-hmm. He has the music, definitely. He has the look and the performance, right? He's only missing one thing, which is the business. Inside of the business, you have budgets and a whole bunch of different things. So that's why I come into play. Mm-hmm. I'm the guy who's always realized and recognized his position in the music business. I always looked at myself like the Master P, like the Birdman, like the CEO type guy. I never wanted to be in the top 5 artists in Louisiana where people gonna scream my name and say, he up there with Lil Wayne or Lil Boosie or Kevin Gates. I didn't want that. Mm-hmm. Put me on the Mount Rushmore with Birdman, with Master P. That's why I'm headed for, right? With Turk and Mel, with Slim, with Turk and Mel, Slim and Baby. You know, I want to be on that Mount Rushmore with CEOs. So Gunplay, man, we doing 50 cities right now. We doing 500 interviews on podcast. And then after that, I'm going to do another deal with them. I always do a deal by deal. I've had so many bad experiences with artists. And now that I'm, it's like I'm working with Gunplay. It's like, man, I just want to focus on Gunplay right now. I used to manage a lot of artists and put a lot of them on tours. We talking about 10, 15 artists all at a time, right?
Yeah.
And I had all of them going to different shows and making phone calls. And, it was hard because all these artists got their own ideas of what they want to do. And even when it don't work, they just like, okay. And then if I do something and it work, they still ignoring the fact that it worked. So if we see something working, we need to go that way. So Gunplay has been one of the only artists that I've ever dealt with who see something working. He was like, you got the ball, dog. You got the fucking ball, run with it. I'm going to chill out and I'm going to sit back. So that be the thing that I need so I could do what I do to take the next artist to the next level. Because every artist I've worked with, I've never been able to get an artist over $10,000 a show, right?
Okay.
And I'm in this to win it. I got dreams of being able to get an artist to 50,000 a show, 100,000 a show, 200,000 a show. I want to be able to put together real bigger tours with, 20,000, 30,000 people in the stadium. I don't want to just sit around here and keep doing these small shows I've been doing. I still want to do them, but I don't want to be content with doing that.
Yeah.
I want to be able to go do a 50 city tour where it's 20,000 people at each stadium and the tour gross $200-300 million. That's what I want to do. Right. So I'm working right now, and Gunplay is that guy who, he lets me just do my thing and stays out the way. So right now I'm not finna work with no other artists. I was trying to work with other artists. I'm finna focus on Gunplay, and we're gonna take this shit to the next level. You know what I mean? Me and him. As long as he ready to work, I'm ready to work.
You're gonna master. You know what I mean? You're gonna master it with one.
Yeah, right. Taking it over 10,000 a show too, because under 10,000 a show, I can do that all day long. You know what I mean? So it's like I got to challenge myself. But we're talking about right now, I don't have radio. So that's one of the big factors. So it's like I got to come up with a creative way to where we can either conquer radio or bypass radio altogether through digital online.
Okay.
And I'm gonna figure that out next.
Man, you need a camera following you as you strategize. You need information out there because you are a walking class. You're a professor of this right now. There's many people that will love your knowledge, man.
Right.
I'm so intrigued. Hopefully we keep in touch because
other
connections I may have and you have, we need to like this network, and I could place you in certain arenas with the people that I may know, and let's see what happens. I'm bought in. I dig it. I dig what you got going on. I dig that you got the strategy in mind, you're focused, and you've implemented it, and you've seen it work wonders for yourself. So you have proof.
Right.
You got
definitely.
Yeah.
All the time.
So
every time.
You're independent, no label, no safety net. What's the closest you've ever been to quitting? And what stops you? Never, ever.
Nah, bro. Once I do something, quitting ain't even in the category.
You don't even. That's it.
Yeah, it never.
Beautiful.
It never crossed my mind, bro. Never. I do be wanting to take a break because I'm 24/7, 365. All year round. So I do want to take a break. I'll be like, man, come on, dog, take a vacation to do something, bro. What's the good making all this money? You won't even just go, nigga, just go for a month somewhere and just lay on the beach or something. Rent a hotel, nigga, eat out every day, do something, dog.
Do you? So what do you do?
Yeah.
What is your relaxation? What do you
making money, bro? Bro, you know what, bro?
You sound like me, man. We gotta do that though. We gotta do a little something. Like I said the same thing. Business, like how you said in one of your interviews, business is your drug.
Right, that's what it is. I was just gonna say that. I was just fixing to say that, bro.
This is not only my drug, it's my entertainment. Like my buddies are like, yo, when I retire and I'm gonna just chill. I'm like, when I retire, I think I want to go teach this. I want to go to a college and teach sales and business because I always want to even be around the youthful people that are doing this because I love the energy behind this. So I get what you're saying.
Man.
I thought that's one of my questions because, people like us, we don't take breaks, but I always tell people I do what I love. So I feel like I'm always breaking.
That's it. That's it. When you're doing what you love, like truly love, like I watch people who work and at 4:30 they packing their bags up because they're ready to get up out of there, right? Mm-hmm. Hey man, everybody around me say, God damn, man, you don't know when to quit. Cause hey man, it's 5 o'clock. I'm still trying to go. Now, if y'all want to leave, go ahead, man. I'll stay here by myself, dog. I got goals to accomplish. I ain't got time to play. But that's why you calling me talking about you need $50 for your phone bill or $100 for your light bill, man. If you was ready to put in some extra hours, you'll have that extra power. But people don't think like that. They just living for now and to the go.
But that leads into my next question. What's your advice for young men in business today?
Education. That's, man, education and application, you're going to reach your destination every time.
Hey, tell them again.
Every time. Yeah, education and application, you're going to reach your destination every time, dog.
Every time, man. You're telling them they got to not only learn it, apply it.
Yeah.
And then also have those goals written down, because I saw that you actually have it, your goals, your like that's even in your videos. Like you letting them know this will be achieved. I will manifest.
I everything I always written down, I always had a vision board. Even 20 years ago, I used vision boards. I used vision tablets. My posters had my visions on the posters. I always been the type of person that's like, yo, every day I wake up, I want to be able to look at this. So I become obsessed with it. And when I become obsessed with it, my brain is going to figure out ways to make it easier for me to go and obtain it.
It's so funny you say that. The energy actually does move you in that direction. I'm a vision board guy. I write things down, and I've come from nothing. I come from the you know what I mean? And I got a little something. It ain't crazy, but it's from what I come from and where I'm going. It's amazing to even have obtained it. And it's because of those vision boards. You write it down. Like I even wrote down one time I wanted a certain vehicle. Don't know how much vehicle. I had 3 of them in my lifetime because of just always being fixated and writing that stuff down. So that's dope that you talk about that, man. That's dope.
Oh, yeah. Let me turn this off. This thing beeping.
Yeah, take your time. I heard it beeping too. I was gonna ask you about that.
Yeah, that's my my little plug for my chargers and shit.
No problem. Yeah. So let me ask this question. I love to ask all our guests this. Your top 3 influences in life, and it doesn't have to be business related, music related. They just influence you, that more motivate you to keep going every day. What are those top 3 things? Top 3 people, top 3 things. What are those?
Number 1, my son, bro. Yeah. And I got an older son too, but when they're young, it'd be different. You know what I mean? So my youngest boy, he motivated me, you know what I'm saying, to go get it, because it's just a certain type of energy I get when I see him happy. So, that's 1. 2 is just, my goals. Like every day I'm waking up so I can go reach my goals, so I can, achieve the plan. So like I look forward to that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And 3, just the future life that I want to live, like with my family. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna be chasing money for the rest of my life. My brain, hey man, once I reach a certain goal, I'm handing it off to my kids. That's the lineage. Y'all have at it.
Now you're going to vacate.
Yeah. Now we can go on a vacation.
There
you know what I mean? So permanent vacation, brother.
And I love how you have the goals for the amount of buildings and putting them in every state. I see where you're going. You're creating the industry. You're creating your own industry. You're going to you want to be the mastermind of the music industry.
Basically, that's what it is. I'm creating my own industry, man. Hey, man. Won't, like I say, can't join them. We got to beat them.
You're going to do it, man.
Yeah.
You're going to do it. From an OG perspective, legacy matters. When it's all said and done, what do you want people to say about Baby Savage?
Man, hardest hustler I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. That's it.
That's it. Hardest hustler they've ever seen in their life, man. I believe it. And you're building towards owning 200 buildings.
Right. Well, it's gonna be more than that. We're doing internationally also, but that's gonna be for the United States though.
Okay, where are you planning on taking it? Like your first stop?
I'm already in Africa. You're the guy who hit you up. He in Africa.
Yes, you are.
So I already got 1 office in Nigeria.
Wow, man. And I always ask my guests, brother, and I thank you for being here. I don't want to keep you long. I know you're a very busy man. I appreciate you. I always ask my guests, do they have a question for myself, for me, for about what we're doing? You have a question for me? I'll have to answer.
Hey man, yeah, you know, I know you in the music business, you podcasting or whatnot. So from your aspect, you know, on your side of the fence from where you at, where do you see yourself going with your podcast in the next year and 5 years?
So in the next year, I've been hyper focused on the content strategy of it all via socials. So I'm seeking one of these plaques, one of these YouTube plaques or whatever, the 1 million subscriber joints. I want to lock this YouTube game down, and not like your average person. Like I want not only lock it down, but I'm in Google. Like I'm in Google. I'm sitting down with the board members. I'm sitting down with the team over there, and they've seen me talk to me. I'm actually part of the affiliate program and all that, so they know me. They know who I am, and they see my numbers and what we're doing. You know, once I figured it out, because I'm at my figured out stage now. I've been doing this for years, but like a year ago is when I finally figured it out. Like the math made sense. I can implement it at a drop of a hat. I could get thousands of downloads, thousands of I know how to move numbers now. I figured it out. So my biggest goal is similar to yours. I'm going to own podcasting or whatever you want to call podcasting. I think podcasting is actually old. The way technology moves, remember it was every year, then it became every 6 months, then it became every 3 months, and now it's like every 30 days. We're podcasting, you can say that. It's like, you know, I'm a content strategist. And with content strategy, I understand marketing. And with that, I also understand how to speak, and I can speak to anyone and have a conversation with them, record it, and know how to make content do what it do. So my goal is to be all over the universe with this, all over the world. But small term goal, lock my city down. And I've been doing that. Like I'm locking this city down. There's people out there bigger than me, larger than me, whatever, but I'm talking to everybody. I've talked to you. You're not, you know, y'all people found me. I talked to board members, CEOs, mutual financial firms reach out to me.
And what city you in again?
So I'm in Washington, D.C. area. The DMV.
Oh, okay, DC,
Maryland, and Virginia.
Yeah. I had a show in Alexandria, Virginia, a long time ago.
First time you flew, I heard. I
First time I flew. Yeah.
I know Alexandria, Virginia very well, man. That's one of my stomping grounds. I love the city, man. So I'm locking this city down. I'm gonna get that plaque. That plaque is coming.
Thanks.
And I'm gonna school the people on. I'm gonna school the kids. I'm
gonna give you a tip on YouTube.
Yeah, tip me, please.
You need to be uploading at least 10 to 15 video clips, short clips, at your prime time, wherever your analytics say your prime hours is on your YouTube channel. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's a huge tip, because they're going to increase your subscribers from your shorts. YouTube actually wants a lot of shorts right now because they're trying to compete with TikTok and Instagram on the short form content. So yeah, you need to definitely implement that into your strategy. Not to say you don't have to, you know, continue to do with the long form or whatnot, but definitely the short form to build subscribers so you can get that plaque though.
My man knows the game.
Yeah. Now they got me shadow banned at like 80,000, but you know, I took YouTube to court. I won. It was a whole little thing about it. So like they've been fucking with my channel for years now, but I don't trip. I'm still getting a lot of views, but they ain't really just letting me get my subscribers no more. So I just, you know, it is what it is.
That shadow banning is crazy. Some of them do that to me, and I just kept plugging away, and eventually I feel like the people made it move. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just consistency. The consistency.
Right.
Gave you guys real game to really be about the short game. The short game is real. That's how you do get the subscriber number up. It don't pay as well as long form, but you do get the subscribers quickly.
Facts. It's
man, brother, I appreciate you rolling with me, man. Ask a few more questions and I'll let you go do that thing, because I know you're a really busy man.
Yeah.
Killing the game. I'm
finna go to sleep, honestly. I go to sleep around about 9 o'clock every night, wake up at 4 in the morning.
So I got you up late. You know, I do the same, but when I do my podcast, I try to make sure everybody's out the way. But I'm up at 3, 4 in the morning every day.
Yeah.
Plugging away at this, man, like just attacking this. And like I said, me and you are connected now from now on, man. I connected with my man. It's Gorgeous Music. I told you about him. He also has that same mindset and personality. Hopefully, have you met him? Do you know him at all?
Yeah, that's the homie.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah, that's the homie. I done talked to him several times. Yeah.
All right. Then let me ask you with this one question, and then we bounce, my brother, because I appreciate you. I appreciate you being here. Why do a lot of artists not get the support that's needed for them to grow?
You know what, man? People in their family or their hometown normally don't support them because they see them all the time. They close to them, you know, or don't even just want to recognize their greatness. You know what I mean? Like, you can have a stage name. They don't want to call you by your stage name. They want to call you by your real name because they've been knowing you so long. But I'm putting in work so the world can know this stage name or whatnot. And you know, the worst thing about that is that people, I don't know any business that you don't have to put in any equity and you're still going to get a return. And with artists, family members, friends, associates don't want to put in any equity, but they expect a return. And, you know, a lot of that stuff don't even have to be financial. Man, you could share my posts. You could call a club and ask them to book me. You can call a DJ and ask them to play my song. You could share my song with somebody. There's so many things you could do for free, but you won't do none of that.
True indeed, bro. True.
Yeah.
True.
So it'd be hard for artists to get the support because, you know, just people in their circle not believing them and they don't have the support team.
Man, I've been there so long, and like I said, for a while, I just started enjoying the love that I got from people that weren't family.
Right.
It's 2 people. I'm like, you know, 2 people rock with me, man. Like I'll be posting, no one say nothing, but them same 2 people I don't even know, they're from the middle of nowhere, and you're like, bro, yeah, that shit good. And I'm like, you know what? Those 2 people then turned into 4 because she started sharing with other people because I kept just, you know, I'm gonna have fun with them and focus on them. And when I did that, then everybody loved.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, you know what?
You know what? Before I go,
please.
I want to say this right here. You know, I got on the GOG Junior chain. This my son chain, but I want to represent his product right here. This right here is GOG Junior's flashcards of wealth. They basically teach you stock, crypto, real estate, and a whole bunch of other terms that kids needs to know. He got a sing-along dance song on YouTube. He got his own channel on YouTube where he's teaching kids how to do stocks, and he's 7 years old, how to trade, day trading. So shout out to my son, GOG Jr. Y'all go check his channel out. That's GOG Jr. You could just search that, go to his channel. Man, he got probably 100 videos on there telling kids about how to day trade and explaining them to them. So if you want to start your kids off early on something different, this is the move to go. And y'all can hit me up if y'all want to get some too. 318-540-9376. I'll ship them straight to your door for the low, $10.
I enjoy that you did that, man.
Yeah.
Yo, you know, I do have one question I did want to call, and it's for the young men out there, the young men and young women out there. So for those young ones that are watching this right now, they're broke, they got no connections, they're feeling stuck. What's the first move they should make today to start their own God of Grind journey?
I think the first move, the easiest move would be to get their credit right and then go get a loan from the bank. But I want to say this too, you also need a strategy how you're going to use the money so you don't waste it. And when I say use the money, I don't mean studio time I don't mean music videos. I mean, how are you going to use this money to make money, to bring the revenue back so you can pay the creditors back? So, you know, the first part to start is come up with a plan. Definitely let that plan include personal credit, business credit, and a strategy on how to make this money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Gotta grind, bro. They gotta grind, yo. Baby Savage, man. Brother, it has been a pleasure.
Yes, sir.
It's a pleasure to have met you. We are connected. Next time you're in the DMV, please holler at me.
We'll do.
We do a podcast where me and my man, we get in the truck, we go grab some food.
I'll
shoot you the one I did with Gorgeous. He was in the truck, got some food, and we just whipped around the city, had a good conversation. I'd love to invite you to do that next time you're down here with us. It's a pleasure. You know, I'm old school with it. I'm country boy. I like a nice pickup truck. You know what I'm saying? To get some soul food.
You know my nigga CEO Fly?
Nah, not at all.
I'm gonna have to hook you up with CEO Fly. He out there in DC. He a promoter.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to link y'all too.
I would love that. I would love that. Most definitely would love to be connected to him. If you could let the people know once again who you are, what it is you do, how they could connect with you and all that good stuff, and then we can roll out, brother.
Baby Savage, the guy to grind. You can hit me up at all social medias at Baby Savage Gotta Grind. You can call me personally, 318-540-9376. We in the music business, stocks, crypto, real estate, selling cars, marketing. I got so many different things, but the best thing is we doing over 6 figures on all of them. So we know what we're talking about a little bit. You dig? Let's get this money. GOG.
GOG. Yo, and I'm at Super Saiyan Santi, All Gas, No Break podcast. Shout out to my boy OG_Frank. Shout out to my team. Shout out to Rogue MC. Thank you for everybody that's been tuning in to the channel and has been bigging us up. Look what we're doing. We're growing. We're meeting people like this. And hopefully this motivated you because my man motivated the hell out of me. Peace out, everybody. We thank you.